just about ready to roll. Dalton Varsho digs in now. And the home opener is underway. Next offering is fouled back. The 1-1 is fouled off. Struck him out without a swing. Fastball to Letters froze him for strike 3. In the air, out towards left center. 2 away now. Jake Mangum, the next up for the Marlins. And a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Out towards right center field. Stretches out and hauls it in. Back here at Petco Park. And getting the start for Miami, Sandy Alcantara. What do you look for here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess. Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Into center. Varsho on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Taylor Ward, the next up for the Padres. In the dirt, blocked. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
This one in the air, right field. Marcy on the move towards foul ground. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Now batting Joe Adell. Ohapi, the runner at first with 2 gone. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now a relay to second. Safe at second.
All over that one right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
In the dirt, nothing happening on the bases, though. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Just off the inside edge.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Check swing, appeal to first. No swing, just held it back there. Fought off foul. Two on, 2 outs. Hammered on the line, base hit. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. Throw in holds that trail runner at third base. They're at the corners with 2 away. Here's Royce Lewis.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Out of here. He'll take a trot around the bases. Sal Stewart stands in here, takes ball 1 low. On the ground, Sanoha to first, and they're happy to just get off. Back here in San Diego, 2nd inning set to go.
Well, early in this ball game, down by 4 runs, you've got to try to get a run back and just look at taking at least one an inning. Before you know it, you'll be tied up.
Not in time. That's a leadoff double. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. Check swing went around, and it's 0-1. Pivetta, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. High fly ball, right field. He's there. He's got it. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with 2 gone. Jacob Marcy, the next up for the Marlins. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And that is that. Back here at Petco Park, leading off, Zach Neto. Alcantara trying to bounce back from a bumpy first.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
Up the middle, and it's through for a hit.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there.
And that one is lifted in the air. Marcy, long run on his horse. But it's the center fielder who gets there. And there's one down. So the San Diego batting order turns over. Here's the catcher, Logan O'Hoppe. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1.
Ball, that's inside.
Swings through that one. Line to right center field. That's a base hit. Neto round second on his way to third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Inside corner for a strike.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. He can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball double play.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Next for the Padres, Taylor Ward. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Bottom half of inning number 2. Oh, he can't hang on. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it. New inning getting started. And now for the Marlins, Javier Sinoja. The other way, and it stays fair. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here's Andres Jimenez.
You know, these Marlins,
outside.
as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These guys are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring.
Stewart to second, and that's all they'll get.
Good that they weren't overzealous there. Just take the sure out, keep the runner out of scoring position.
Varsho, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Off the plate, ball 1.
That one
Inside
missed.
ball.
That catches the corner. Got him looking. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Now the number 2 hitter, Michael Busch. Fly to left his first time. Check swing. He went 0-1.
Hey! Ball in.
That one kicks away from the catcher. On to first. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. As we go to the last of the third. So here's the Padres DH, Joe Adell. Swing and a high fly ball hitting the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. And here is Hoskins.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
Really
good take, especially with 2 strikes. He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
On a line. Full extension, makes the catch. 2 down, bases empty. Royce Lewis, the next up for the Padres.
Ball.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Stepping in for San Diego, Sal Stewart. Now that's smacked to right center. Catches, stumbles, hangs on. Start of the fourth, and now for the Marlins, Jake Mangum. Foul ball there. That one fouled off. Hit on the ground to short. Neto fires over to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth. Here's the third baseman, Addison Barger. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And now the 0-1. That's ripped into the outfield. Makes a nice running catch. And there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Ward under it. And that'll do it. Back here in San Diego, bottom of the fourth, Zach Neto getting ready to hit. This one in the air, right field. And that is a foul ball.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
The 0-2. In the air, right side. Marcy on his way over. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one away. Lane Thomas will make his way to the plate. Liner snagged at first. So up next, Logan O'Hoppe. He's 2 for 2. And that's fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Got him looking for the K. Back here at Petco Park. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Liam Hicks. And he hits a ground ball right side. Tosses to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Jacob Marcy, the next up for the Marlins. And there's a foul ball. The Marlins down by 4, and we're at the top of the 5th. Rips 1 to right. 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Javier Sanoja. 1 for 1 with a single so far. This one in the air, center field. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here.
You know, these
Ball
Padres
inside.
doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Everything came together for him. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
There's a swing and a drive. Out of here. A home run off the foul pole. Here's Joe Adell. 1 for 2. To the right side. It's through for a hit. Man at first, and it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish.
Nope, that's inside.
Here's a 1-1. And that's just foul. The 1-2.
Well, the good
That's
thing
off
so
the plate.
far
Ball
is that
two.
he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that.
Fired to second. A sensational double play.
As a former player, watching 5-4-3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
That one ripped left field. And this one looks like trouble. It's a double. Third hit of the night for him.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Stewart stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Back up the middle and a base hit. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line.
Base hit and a run in to score.
Waste no time there. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up.
The tag, and they got him. Top 6. And now for the Marlins, Andres Jimenez. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. This one's got a chance. And it flies to the deepest part of the park. No doubt about this one. Home run. Varsho in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
You know, these Marlins definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them.
And it finds its way through for a hit. And a man aboard.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Strike 2.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Ground ball right side. Hoskins over to second. Double play. What a Bottom of the 6. Up now the Padres. Leadoff man, Logan O'Hoppe.
Number 84, Lake Bacher.
In the air, right field. Marcy gets under it. And there's one away.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr.
That's a ball. Ball.
Swing and a ground
That
ball.
ball's foul.
And it goes just foul. The 2-1. And there's a
Ball three.
ball.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
On a line, base hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride
Ball
load
inside.
out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage
That's in.
hitting off
Ball
a tee.
two.
That clips the corner. Man at first, one away. That's
That's
off
a
the
ball.
mark. 3-1. Ripped into right center. Should be extra bases. Here comes Tatis around third. He'll score easily. It's 8-1.
Back-to-back base hits. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Man at second. Ripped to first. Caught.
He put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Barger gets it to first. They limit the damage here. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
Did you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle. Probably ruined some good cards back then, but don't really have much of a collection. The other day I came across a binder that my wife had in one of the drawers, and my son's got some baseball cards. So, you know, we'll be looking to see if there's any kind of retirement income in there.
Ripped to short. In plenty of time to first, and 2 away to start the 7th. 2 down, bases empty. At the plate, Liam Hicks. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that is that. Bottom of the 7th, down the third baseman, Royce Lewis.
Third baseman.
And